1 second to just play a quick ad for our sponsor expert.co, and then we're gonna see how this works out. And in we are. Got the odds working here. This time around, once again, no faith in LeftOneTV. And I don't know, I mean, they can still definitely turn this around. The clockwork loadout with the epic army scarf. I don't know, I think it fits him really well. Also, it makes a lot of canonical sense. I appreciate loadouts like this. Simply because of the fact that people used to legitimately, like in the first and second World War, when they actually had like heavy metal armors on people, not necessarily mechanized, but you get what I mean. A full mild steel breastplate, that kind of thing, with a bit of chain under it to stop bullets nearly completely. They used to seriously have an issue with stuff running down their chainmail, or stuff getting caught on the breastplate, so they used to cover it with scarves and shit. How do I know that? The better question, why do I know that? I do not know. My brain thinks it's important. And we're in here with the Shadow Fiend getting a huge lane advantage at the very start of the game. Oh hey, I right click for 80 damage at the 0 minute mark. Totally fair. I mean, it's only like a 10 or so damage difference, but that is compared to a Puck who is already considered a good mid lane because of his early game damage. It's not like you're comparing it to a Legion commander who has no duel victories. Okay, wait, that actually hits pretty hard to Why do all heroes have to hit so hard nowadays at level 1? It's not like you're comparing it to Mirana. There we go. A hero without a huge amount of early game damage, who gains it through levels. Bam. Has the Joe causing creeps to explode there. That was actually so rhythmic, it sounded and looked kind of relaxing. Splat. 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 Someone call Onion Dota, somebody's gotta remix that. So the lane here, going pretty quiet so far. Lifestealer got things pretty easy for himself because he got infinite sustain, although gradual compared to most other heroes. He is going to be able to deal with Jakiro's insane amount of poke, which is pretty much everything Jakiro is supposed to be doing during the lane. Of course, the usefulness of the Jakiro is rapidly gonna change if Shizui comes online and gets those Chronos Spheres going. However, this is a line of pretty much purely depending on can the Chronos Sphere connect. Alright, he's going to run and he's going to live. That's gotta be frustrating. Puck going on Stormstormer there, and Arise outplaying one of the. I mean, Arise, to be fair, is also one of the best mid laners in the world. Stormstormer, I praised him a lot and I still do, But those two guys, if they play against each other, this is the result in pubs all the time, where they're super close and one of them takes the advantage, the other one gets kind of triggered. It's really nice to see that kind of thing in the new meta again. Or new meta, well, new MMR, new meta, new everything. It's one of the things I kind of missed in Dota, where rivals would actually hope to be put up against one another simply for the sake of showing one another how much better they've gotten. Okay, that sounds like the plot of Pokemon. But I think my point's made here. Wagamama, the jukes are real. That looks so funny. He walks that way. Oh crap, there's somebody there. Walks the other way. Oh crap, there's somebody there. Turns around again, and in the end, he got himself caught. Horvite seems to be having some serious internet issues. Thankfully, Dota is pretty forgiving nowadays. I mean, you can't quite play it on a dial-up modem, which with Dota 1 was actually really well possible. I mean, it was seriously not that bad on a dial-up. I hate to say it. To be fair, it was one of the better dial-up modems, but compare that to nowadays and so, Team Doggie up to a 1k gold lead. That's not too disturbing here. LeftOneTV, gold lead is not what they're worried about. It's which heroes are carrying the gold they're going to be worried about. And to be honest, it's exactly the worst case scenario here. Cube, no high ground mischance for him either. Maybe Left One are a bit tilted here. I don't know, this seems like a pretty bad start for them, while the previous start was really solid. Wagamama going to go down, and so is Stormer. This game turning out to be a complete disaster, or at least the way this starts. Of course, LeftOneTV, they can turn this around, so it's not a complete disaster for LeftOneTV just yet, but the start definitely is. They need to find some kind of way of fixing this, of turning this back in their favor. Cube getting caught. Team coiled up, nightmared up. He is going to go down. Shizui finding a very good Chrono here with double raise. Finally return kill. Make that. Okay, never mind. Make that 2. Seraphim's attack animation just barely not fast enough, and that's actually kind of disappointing. Only finding the Sand King here, despite Sand King being a very high value target. at the moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
However, meanwhile, putting in a good deal of push. Enchant was kind of good at that. Noya going to go down. Not a big kill though.
Radiant's top tower
And Arise, he keeps juking it out. He keeps doing fuck things. LeftOneTV, they are at least keeping the network stable. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start already. Shizui, as long as he's not going to go down this phase, Void might become super dangerous soon as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gotcha. Death and good are linked.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Team LeftOneTV, they're looking for an opportunity to actually get a good fight going. I'm going to switch over to network, which is exactly the way LeftOne don't want it to go, but it's pretty much inevitable if there's only one main hard carry, if Puck is just going to do momentum based stuff. And the question is not so much how do we kill the lifestealer. I was legitimately about to say something about the freaking Viper there too. I was like, I know there's a hero who deals I know there's a hero who deals a ton of damage but is really shitty against lifestealers. So I thought, okay, that's the Viper, but I was referring to the Enchantress in my mind. QP actually got me with that damn picture. I think he's happy now. I think his whole purpose in life has been fulfilled. Great. Well, I mean, I didn't say it on stream, so I'm not sure if it counts. It's getting me there, but either way, the Enchantress can get enabled by the Faceless Void to kill off lifestealers, is what I was trying to get at.
I'll take your tribute.
Run, Dota. I'm pretty sure he's dead. For what? Oh dear, has Joe Rotten coming in. Then I have Shizui. And all of a sudden this fight turns out really quick. Void using his advantage with all of those high grounds. And Cube meanwhile sneaking in a kill. Coming in to actually finish the deal. Sand King going for a big epicenter. A bit of a, well, it wasn't really too much of a miscommunication. But Sand King being blocked in by Bane. Not quite the most pleasant of interactions. I get it why it happens. Dota is a bit annoying when it comes to stuff like that. And for once, Arise actually, he got greedy, went back in on a low health Shadow Fiend and got killed there. Stormer getting himself some really tasty karma. However,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
that looks freaking funny. I mean, judging by his health total, it was kind of obvious and everything. Don't get me wrong, it just looked really hilarious to sneak assassin, come up behind him, do one hit, and the Shadow Fiend's ultra dramatic doesn't want to get dragged back to hell animation.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hovite, not really a hard kill to go for. And now Waga, going to get Renet next. Down goes the Waga. So this lifestealer, he is exactly where he wants to be. On the bright side, he is the only carry, so no matter how far ahead, unless it's going to be a semi-carry Puck build, which would really be shocking here, but if any player can pull it off well, successfully might not be the right term, perfectly, I guess. then that's going to be a Rise. He is the one person who can make the puck semi-carry build, which is only situational simply because the impact tends to be too late. It's not like too little impact, just too late. The whole rapid fire dream coil, it's kind of like flag cannon. I think flag cannon is actually a really good comparison. You hit things a bit harder and a bit faster and a bit shorter than a gyrocopter. But the DPS is roughly the same by just jumping in the middle of a bunch of people, becoming immortal and getting a lot of damage in. Still, it seems kind of unlikely as a build starting to be relevant for level 25. If you want to build like that, there are better ones. Chronosphere being committed here. However, Pastor Joe coming in with the return. First strike, however, not going to be enough. Well, actually it did set up a kill on the Void there, and now Shadowfiend going to go down as well. Swift ending. He is getting bigger and bigger. People need to kill him soon. I mean, the thing is, Dota always says someone kill them. By the time it's actually a bit late to kill them most of the time. With the Beyond Godlike thingy. Now's the time to actually kill him if you don't want Dota to tell you to kill him. And I'm pretty sure that LeftOneTV know that. I mean, they're very well experienced Dota players. They're a bunch of guys who, in addition to being very well experienced, got advice from some of the best players in the world. They have some of the best players in the world, but LeftOneTV, honestly, if I had to describe them as a team, the best players in the world who don't have any pro scene experience. I guess that pretty much sums it up perfectly. And we're gonna see the punishment for not having any pro scene experience happen here apparently. As Enchantress makes for an easy first kill. A Rise is going to go down in exchange. Stormer. Now actually back on the soul total. He is going to go for the right click to scale a bit later, which is going to make his job a lot easier. Lifestealer about to get himself a Desolator, or actually already has a Desolator just waiting for it to come in, which bad would be an understatement here, honestly. Terrible, not quite worst case scenario, but you get what I mean. Lifestealer with Desolator is freaking terrifying and can be game breaking, simply because the hero is so insanely tanky on the basis of, oh look, I got magic immunity. What are you gonna do now? Hit me? Oh yeah, that's nice. I also got a ton of free armor. And not even a Desolator needed. What I find surprising is that he didn't buy it yet. Wagamama going to go down. The thing with Swift ending is he's keeping his wand and shield and axe around. I mean, I kind of get the wand value argument here. This Desolator isn't as big as it is on a Templar Assassin. Stormer meanwhile going to get torn apart there, losing all of his souls again. Kind of surprised we didn't get to see Storm invoke here or something, as Shadowfiend, it's not his best hero, and that's something he is awfully aware of too. Especially with the right click build, with the general spell nuker build. Maybe that was the plan initially. Go for a magical nuker Shadowfiend, then the one person you actually need to kill in order to win the team fight became immune to the old nuker Shadowfiend. And things you know, didn't turn out that well. Since now Stormer Going for a bit of a
Dire's middle tower.
not really his thing build.
I'll take your tribute.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
$5K gold net worth lead at this point for Team Doggie and Team LeftOneTV. The best players in the world who don't have any pro scene or general, you know, major tournament experience. They're getting some. They're actually accumulating it at a pretty good rate.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Playing their officials, playing their scrims. Seem to be currently in a lot of trouble as Team Doggie.
Interesting.
Going to get the lifesteal on an unstoppable streak.
Dire's bottom
And the
tower
best thing is,
is under
things are going to get worse. Which I know sounds really weird, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
the thing is, things are going to get worse, but that also means for a bigger comeback scenario. And the towers are still alive, which means by the time the high ground is getting pushed, people will be worth 15k or so, or well, 50k gold lead. So the roaming mechanic is going to kick in hard, but for the time being, Stormstormer instead gets killed off. But look at that Swift ending, he actually died. I don't know how Waga and Void, I mean, okay, it was a Chronosphere plus Macropire, that hits pretty hard. So it's kind of obvious. But Team Doggie, they just let their carry go in unprotected in order to kill off a Shadow Fiend. And that turned out to be a pretty big mistake. It's now LeftOneTV actually pushing the advantage here, or at least trying to. The silence going to end that little streak of vigor there.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
And what could have been the turnaround, what could have been what could have been exactly the right thing for LeftOneTV turned out to be a bit of a disaster. I mean, to be fair, it was initiated by a misplay from Doggie. Leaving your lifesteal alone is something you never want to do, not necessarily because lifesteal is that dangerous, that tanky or whatever, that you need to, you know, permanently set up around him. You can definitely just go in with your Nukas instead. You can definitely let Puck and stuff do the damage for you. It's not like, let's say, a Terrorblade or a Medusa, which are supposed to be harder carries, and they're very good at 1v5ing at some point. But if they get initiated on and completely focused down, they're, you know, game losing. Meanwhile, Hovite, it's not like he can do anything. Shisui, able to keep himself alive there. That's pretty good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, he got killed off there. LeBron now getting turned on that Neeks. He is going to go down. Rise definitely gone there. And turn around with the epicenter. Going to be a complete disaster. Or, wait, is it? I mean, Waga's still alive. Okay, down he goes. Stormstormer is still at it. And this fight is going to escalate. They're going to throw everything at it. The Stormstormer did die in exchange. Although lifesteal did go down again. LeftOneTV. Oh, that bash though. That bash actually enabling a team wipe for LeftOneTV, and that paid off. I don't know how it paid off, but it did pay off for LeftOneTV in the end. They did manage to turn the fight around. That was a very long, very tedious, very drawn out fight, and it looked very bad at a couple of times. Howard getting killed off at the beginning already means your artillery is down, but I guess the fact that the respawn time is just so short made enough happen here.
Time is money.
fight going to start here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And as
Radiant
of now,
structures
this
are
Life
fortified.
Stealer, he needs to watch himself. Swift ending. Although a very skilled player, he is just a human, and humans tend to make mistakes. Now, there's a situation where those mistakes are going to get punished. However, at the moment, Shadowfiend is in a lot of trouble. Shadowfiend taking a lot of damage. Stormer almost going down, still keeping himself alive. 1 race, 2 race. Meanwhile, Shizui going ham, getting 1 kill, getting 2 kills. And Shizui, it's so weird because he's kind of the only traditional player in LeftOneTV who isn't, you know, more of a streamer who just plays pro scene to get more insight and more fun out of Dota. Arise got killed off here by Waga. And I mean, of course, LeftOneTV want to get TI at some point. But all of their players are kind of, you know, not as committed to Dota as a lot of other tier 2 teams are. Roach going to take a lot of damage here, and that's going to be a fast one. It's not completely uncontestable. If they go for a LeBron setup in fast bomb with the 4-step, they could go for it, could try to steal this Roach away. But if you do lose that, engagement, if you don't manage to steal the Roach properly, then you're pretty much lost.
The shot has fallen to the dire. Radiant's middle
Team
tower
Doggie,
is under
for the
attack.
first time in a long
Radiant's
while,
middle
at a bit of
tower has
disadvantage.
fallen.
Go for my master.
LeftOneTV on the hunt. They're gonna find LeBron here. Don't have the texture though. They don't have the texture, didn't they bring it in? Nope, no detection. That's going to be a major issue, especially if Team Doggie notices it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get some now. Yeah, there we go. No detection is just so abusable. You can't allow that to slip through. If your opponent knows you have no detection, they're going to take abuse. They're going to abuse it so freaking hard. It's one of those game-breaking things, which is why gems are considered to be so important in Dota. Or at least used to be. Nowadays people don't really talk a lot about gems. Not because they're less important or stuff like that, simply because there isn't enough time. I mean, if you look at the pacing of the most recent games,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
things have been too aggressive for a gem to really, you know, make a noticeable difference because everybody's running each other all the time, and the economic advantage you get from a gem is like 2 kills. But there's gonna be more. There's gonna be a lot more kills. Meanwhile, let's just, I think, take a general look at the items. Arise, going for the typical puck build. I want to see him take the rapid fire talent here. Although that would probably mean we're not going to get a game number 3 of this delicious Dota. Now, Clockwork, getting ran at, getting killed off cube, just completely being melted.
I'll take your tribute.
Illusion!
What I want to know is how feast damage is currently calculated. I'm pretty sure nothing's changed. Pretty sure that feast is still normally ignored by armor. But the thing is, with the new armor mechanic, it might have another modifier added to it, like an armor type modifier, which is what I want to know. Gotta Wikipedia that after this game, since here it's actually going to come into effect pretty hard.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And we're gonna see a tower race. Actually,
Radiant's
and I
bottom
know
tower has fallen.
that might sound a little bit strange, but this is a very advantageous tower race for LeftOneTV, as they are ahead in tower
Radiant's
stay.
bottom tower is under
They
attack.
are in control of the game as of now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Has to Joe this time around playing in fast bomb. This is so weird. There's like 3 freaking fast bombs. However, the thing is LeftOneTV, they're not playing around it simply because, as we saw in the previous team fights, Lifestealer came in, killed one. And later on that's going to be a bit harder, but later on it's also going to be a lot easier not to die to the Lifestealers. So maybe the Infest Bomb shuffle, although this is a very good strategy, simply not powerful enough going into the late game. LeBron getting caught. He will be fine. Meanwhile, big Chronosphere being set up there. Going to get a kill on Noya. Puck still staying alive. Lifesteal or Arise. Okay, Arise is dead. Has to show Rotten is dead. Puck immediately buying back. This could be game ending. The Lifestealer not really having a huge impact, although keeping himself alive for an amazingly long time. Cube is going to get killed, but LeftOneTV, they still got all of their cores readily available. What a turnaround here by LeftOneTV. Not only did they do an amazing job in keeping the game running, they're now actually able to exploit the strategy. No Lifestealer means you can push because he's the only one you're going to be afraid of in a game like this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dream Coil trying to set up return, keep LeBron safe. However, LeBron... Okay, so LeBron's being bursted down and Shizui is going to be kept safe. Stormer at a pretty low health total here. Okay, and down he goes. I wonder why Dota is lagging like that so often. It's kind of like Monkey King Ultimate nowadays. I like that taunt there a lot. Freaking Waga.
Gotcha.
Now I got that little tune stuck in my head.
Invisibility.
The wages of fear. Death and gold are linked.
So, Team Doggie, although they're not okay, they're going to go for a sheep stick here. That's going to be huge against the Faceless Void. That's going to deny a lot of the Chrono impact. If you can cancel Chrono by hexing or silencing Void, it's of course huge. Pug has done that a couple of times so far. Usually, however, Shizui survived long enough. He is going for a very defensive build for exactly that purpose. Once he gets his Manta Style going, things are going to be ridiculous. And Manta Style is such a good item on Faceless Void. I'm kind of surprised why it's not the insta first or second item he builds in every single game. It has been getting a lot more popular lately. But there's still a lot of people avoiding the Manta Style and Void, despite it going with every build. Down goes the Shrine. That's going to be even more gold. Well, I mean, the gold advantage is still pretty close, but if we do look at the general net worth, then Team LeftOneTV are pretty far ahead. It's just that the Lifestealer is insanely rich, kind of tipping the scales, but like I said before, it's just one human being who's controlling that Lifestealer. Now this game, it's anyone's to take. The odds are very heavily favored in favor of LeftOneTV, and I mean LeftOneTV, they do have a pretty good late game advantage based on their hero pool. However, there's two things. first of all, Puck, no matter which challenge, I mean, I'm personally really in favor of the Dream Call Rapid Fire here, just to kind of make up for that lack of damage you get when the lifesteal is being stunned up by the Void, when the lifesteal is just getting perma-bashed or locked in the cogs, that kind of thing. However, even if it's the 420 gold talent to just try and finish the game quickly, which of course there's a lot of merit to as well, it's still going to be a huge power spike, and that power spike is going to be Team Doggie's best chance to win this game. So, Puck is going to have a huge impact here if Team Doggie aren't too... Oh, talk about huge impact. Infest Bomb is going to catch Shizui while the Shrine was being wrecked. Now Roche is up in 5 seconds, but are they going to stick around to scout it? This is kind of awkward, okay. That is very unlucky Roche timing there. Poor Team Doggie. Now they're running at Stormstormer. But Stormstormer... Shadow Fiend, he has a ton of movement speed at this stage. Actually one of the few heroes where you can drop your boots nowadays. And Team Doggie, they are going to be the ones contesting this Roach. Can they kill it in time with the Lycia? Should be able to. LeftOneTV, they're not even going to contest this, okay. Or maybe? Nah. I don't. Okay, Roach almost dead.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
And that means Lifesteal now got an Aegis and Cheese.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Here I am.
Radiant's
Cute.
bottom barracks are under
He's
attack.
fine with this situation. He doesn't mind this. Especially because if you look at the Radiant base, you can see that Team LeftOneTV, they're pushing the aggression quite a bit. Lifesteal committing quick and fast. Ron meanwhile getting fire squatted down by the Shadow Fiend though, and that's huge. LeBron's support in these team fights, even though Nyx isn't generally not the best, well, high impact hero in team fights. Most people just see him as kind of weak and just see him as a bit of a pick-off hero slash one-on-one hero, which to a large extent is true. In a game like this, it's important just because you need to focus one target, and that's where Nyx excels at, even if it's in a team fight where people are going to cross control. Yeah, meanwhile we got a fight going on, and Swift ending, he is running a Stormstormer taking a lot of damage here. Now in comes Shizui, going to take a lot of damage as well. Swift ending, he is too big to handle, and that's going to be a kill. Shizui might be forced to buy because the Chronosphere is quintessential for the entire draft of LeftOneTV. However, just kind of being ignored. Nobody focused on the Enchantress. They want Stormstormer. Stormstormer, he actually gets caught here and he is pretty much dead. LeftOneTV, all of a sudden back to looking very grim. And those odds, they're just swinging to and fro. I don't want to know how much. I mean, these odds, they're swinging so quickly. People are going to lose a ton of cash. Holy. I gotta consider a career in being a bookie.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Like, damn. Just in some kind of esports location, like a cyber cafe specialized for Dota. We have 2 of those nearby. Then take bets on the big games. Lifesteal, take care of the mid tower. And Hobbit being wrecked, not really that big of a deal there. However, the fact that, okay, Lifesteal now in a bit of trouble. He is very low health, doesn't have to cheese anymore. He still has an Aegis, so it's not like Swift ending is going to go down anytime soon.
Dire's middle barracks under attack.
That's the Rex. Swift Ending has finally been killed. However, the Chronosphere is now on cooldown as Lifesteal pops back to life. Is ready for another fight. Wagamama going to get killed off. And Wagamama was just so cocky with that taunt on the bottom lane. Now a lane of Rex is down. On the side of LeftOneTV. And there is 10k freaking gold advantage all of a sudden. Stormer, very scary Swift Ending. Gotta get out of there. I like Swift Ending versus Stormer. It's a very fun matchup. It's also one of my favorite top games to watch. Okay, now Swift Ending actually taking a lot of damage, but with the magic community and Rise coming in as well. Instead, Shizui and Wagamama is going to go down. Wagamama dying back for 90 seconds. Alright. Getting caught by Swift Ending there, just barely. Meanwhile, Stormer died on the other end of the team fight as well. Rise did go down as a change. Pretty big kill streak there being broke by Shizui, but Shizui, he gets killed off, and that's GG.
Another transformation.
Good game, well played. There it is. LeftOneTV. I mean, to be fair, it is kind of what's to be expected. Barely. In terms of, we look at the game analytically,